Hi and welcome to another RetroCore SS. Today we're going to take a look at the Hitachi Hi-Saturn. Now, as you may or may not know, the Sega Saturn was actually produced in three different forms. One by Sega, which is this one here. Actually, it's been painted. The original colour was grey and, well, grey. Bit dull, but then again, most consoles were back then. At least it looked better than the PlayStation with a square box and its little circle for the CD lid. Anyway, enough of that. And then there was the JVC, or as it's called in Japan, Victor Saturn, which went under the name of the Saturn. And then we have this one here, the Black Beauty. And this is made by Hitachi, and it's called the Hi-Saturn. Now, first thing you'll notice is that the Hi-Saturn has double lights, as you can see here as well. Now, the very first Sega made Saturns also had double power lights and double axis lights, but they were later removed and replaced with a single LED for each side. Another thing you will notice is that the actual font is different. Now, originally on the top of this Sega Saturn, it just had the Sega Saturn logo and that was it. Of course it's gone because it's been painted, as I said. But the Hitachi Saturn, of course, has the Sega Saturn logo, as well as the words Hi-Saturn. But it also has this written at the top, multimedia player MMP1. And if you look closely, it clearly states that it can play digital video and graphics, which the Sega Saturn can also play, as long as you've got the video card. But the Sega Saturn was actually sold as a games unit, whereas this Saturn was sold as a media entertainment unit. Okay, and as standard with the Hi-Saturn, you got a video CD card, which you can see just in there. And just zoom in a bit. Okay. Now, this Sega Saturn that I have also has a video CD card. You can see the original ugly grey colour there. And it won't open. Oof, that was hard. You can see this also has a video CD card, but this was bought separately, and this card actually is made by JVC. So, now, as you can see, both cards are pretty similar. Well, they would be because they have to fit into the same hole. But the JVC one's printed upside down, so we'll just turn that around. Okay. Now, I must say that the Hitachi card is very plain. All it says is Hi-Saturn card on there. That's all it says. The the JVC card, I should say, actually allows you to use photo CDs as well as video CDs and CGGs. As you can see here, they very proudly put an extra sticker on saying it's a twin video card, or twin operator I should say, video CD and photo CD. Regularly a Sega Saturn, or any Saturn come to mention it, needs a CD operating system for photo CDs. But if you have this card installed, you don't need the operating CD, just this card. Okay, now technically both cards produce the same image, or so they say. But through testing, I found out that the Hitachi card does seem to have better encoding. There'll be some situations where this Victor card would show blocks on the actual video CD, while this card gave me a perfectly clean picture. So we'll take a look at the video card later on and give you an idea of what life was like before DVDs became popular. If you're old enough, you probably remember, but I think a lot of you people watching this probably weren't even born. Who knows? Anyway, so we'll take a look at that later, and also we'll take a look at the Hitachi Saturn's BIOS features. They're pretty much the same as the Sega Saturns, apart from the boot up screen's different. So let's connect everything up to the PC capture card and have a look. As you can see, the introduction to a Hi-Saturn is much nicer than a regular Sega Saturn. So let's take a look at some of the BIOS features. So this is the main CD player. Bonus points if you can guess what soundtrack I'm using. Got all the standard controls such as fast forward, skip and whatever. And this little button which I've just pressed takes away the entire foreground and then just has this rotating space field with a little spaceship flying about on it. As well as standard audio controls, we've got advanced audio controls as well. Okay, in here you've got the A/B repeat, you've got programming options, things like that. You also got some audio effects such as surround sound, which basically just adds an echo. And considering this is a console from the early to mid 90s, pitch and voice cancel effects actually quite impressive for such an old machine. So for its time, the Sega Saturn was actually quite ahead of its time, especially as far as CD player controls went and actual control over the settings of the machine. No other machine at the time had this many different options. So you've got language options. Funny enough, the Korean version of the Saturn had the Japanese taken out, but they didn't replace it with anything, just took the Japanese off. You got the real-time clock there, also works within games, and you got other various options which you can disable. Okay, so let's take a look at the MPEG section of the system. Now I've only got one MPEG disc unfortunately, and that's a Chinese copy of Monkey, the English version of it is. And there's some green blocks at the bottom of the screen, but just ignore them. They're not actually a fault of the video card on the Saturn. That's the way the disc was made. What you expect from a Chinese copy. So as you can see, the playback's quite nice, and access is also very fast. As well as the standard controls, we've also got some special effects, such as this one where we can zoom the screen in and out in real time.
Thousands of years ago, and
one of my favorite effects is the what's it called now? Oh, that's it, the flash option. And what this lets you do is watch individual frames of the video at certain intervals. Actually pretty cool if you watch an action scene in it.
Again and yet again, as endless eons wheeled and passed.
As you can see now, just the bottom right-hand corner is running the video. While all the other frames just stay frozen. There's also a strobe effect and the slow motion effect. Now, the funny thing is sometimes slow motion will keep the sound playing, but sometimes it stops it, as you can see right now. And there we go, just an instance of how fast the access time is. See, not bad. As well as allowing the Sega Saturn to play video CDs, the MPEG card also improves video in certain games. So let's take a look at a few examples. First up, we'll have a look at an animation sequence from Battle of a game by Ancient and Victor.
No one can ever defeat me now.
Okay, bye bye monkey. Okay, so first we'll show you the video as it runs on a standard Saturn. This is actually using an MPEG soft deck, the same codec which Dreamcast used. So as you can see, without the MPEG cartridge, it plays in a little small box. But, quality is very nice. And here we are with the MPEG cartridge installed. Exactly the same quality, but now full screen. Okay, so let's take a bit of live action footage and see how that compares to animation. I think we'll use a video from Chisato Moritaka, La Sunshine Disc. So here we have the video without the MPEG cart, and as you can see, it runs in a box. The video quality is nice, but the frame rate's pretty bad. It's probably running at about 15 frames a second, but just look at the difference when the MPEG cartridge kicks in. You can see the difference in frame rate straight away, and of course the pictures are still excellent quality and it's full screen. Okay, so we've looked at a bit of animation and a bit of live action. So how about some CG? Well, a good example to use is Gun Griffin, the Japanese version that actually does have an hidden MPEG version of the intro on the disc. Here we go with the standard version of the intro. This is running in true motion video. But again, the MPEG version of the video is full screen. There you go, the MPEGs come on, and you can see instantly the color is a lot more richer, and it's full screen, and of course the picture quality is better. But saying that, the true motion video is actually very impressive. Okay, so how about something which is a bit dark? Tell you what we'll use Wangan Dead Heat, a really crappy racing game, but it does support the MPEG cartridge. Now the normal video, which you can see right now, runs in the Saturn's CinePack codec. Awful. And instantly you can tell the sound is a lot better when running in the MPEG codec and with the video card, and also again full screen and a better image quality. Of course, the MPEG cart isn't just limited to introductions. There are a few games which use it within the game to give a better video image during cutscenes and actual in-game footage. Victor's release of Moon Cradle comes to mind. It looks bloody awful without the MPEG cartridge, with a vast improvement with it. So that's all we got for this week's edition of Retro Core Sega Saturn. I hope you can join us next time. I'll leave you watching this intro to a pretty naff game.